Hey people, so I felt like it was time to try and make a small grid miner. I kind of made one in my survival game, but it was a bit unstable and unwieldy. Yeah, so I came up with this thing, and it may look kind of big, but this is the smallest large grid miner I've made. So yeah, quite a size difference. Um, the thing has 80-meter drilling depth, so this one has 100 meters, so there is a bit of a drop there, but not too bad considering it's small grid using small pistons that are 1/5 of the length of large ones. And cargo-wise, we have about 93,000 cubic meters, so about, well, exactly 1/9 of this one, with its two large cargo containers actually. And standing out like a sore thumb, we have a large grid ore detector. That is because, as I said, it has 80 meters of drilling depth, but the small detector will only detect down to 50 meters. So not only is it annoying having to find the ore with the small detector, it will actually not find ore that is, well, at our max depth. So yeah. It drives around pretty neatly, even though it only has 4 wheels. I kind of wanted to make 6 wheels, but I couldn't fit it in. But yeah, let's drill 4. Well, silicon, nickel, whatever we hit here. So, popping the parking brake, I'm gonna unlock the gear holding the tower, unlock the tower's rotor, and rotate it up into place. At the bottom here of the rotating part, we have a bunch of artificial mass blocks. That is simply to counterweigh the weight of the tower. The small rotors are quite weak and simply don't have the torque to lift up the tower. But yeah, and now it's just to pop the programmable block to make it drill. Oops, we gotta engage the drills as well. And there we go. It is a bit wobbly. But it usually evens out after a little while. Now, one of the problems with making the same type of miner in small grid is that the small conveyors are actually 1 block wide, or just about. You can't place them right next to each other like you can on the large ones, so it's gotta be a 5x5 block grid for the drilling tower instead of 3x3. But one of the advantages of doing that is that I can place pistons in both directions. Obviously, the pistons going in well, opposite of the pistons pushing down has to be extended from the start and will then retract as I go down. Otherwise, they'll just counteract each other. But yeah, that gives me a good, I think I'm getting 11 meters extra compared to not having them and just having conveyor tubes. So that is quite a bit, well, considering the total drill depth. So yeah, I tried to make it kinda survival compatible, even though you're not gonna be able to put this into a projector and weld it, because it doesn't handle subgrids at all, and you have like 40 pistons here. So yeah, that's gonna have to be built from the ground up, as well as this large part here is connected to an advanced rotor, so that will have to be placed as well. But yeah, apart from that, it is powered by 2 hydrogen engines with a hydrogen tank, a O2 H2 converter, and a oxygen tank back here for oxygen in your cockpit. And lastly, it has well, a bunch of ejectors connected to a sorter, so it spits out all the rock on the way down. Now I think that is mostly it for this. I messed around a lot with the drilling tower. That's absolutely the part that took the longest of this build. And it was working pretty well. As you can see, we already penetrated the nickel layer, sorry. And we're not gonna hit silicon, I think. It's not in line. But yeah, it drills at a pretty decent speed. It's going at about 0.15 meters per second down. It could probably go a bit faster, but it would also probably be better with more drills. It can drill horizontally as well. That's the reason for this whole opening in the back, so you can get the surface deposits. I don't think we have any near here we can drill. But yeah, let's just pull the drilling tower back up. Oh yeah, it is, as I said, controlled by programmable block. The reason for that is to speed up the retraction. It's going as fast as it can without smashing itself apart, and it will move, well, faster initially and then slow down as it gets near the top. So we can, well, get it back up faster. No one wants to sit and wait for it at the retractor to retract. You're not really gaining anything from the retraction, you know. So yeah, then it falls back down. We can lock the tower rotor, and yeah, it's gonna be wobbly a bit. Lock the back gear, and we are ready to move. Now, as you can see, a space here for the drill to pop back out. It has enough mass to extend at least half the distance, so I think it can extend about 40 meters, which is more than the diameter of any surface deposit that I've seen, at least. So yeah, I think that is about it. I'm gonna pop a workshop link below. As I said, it is not really gonna be buildable in survival from the blueprint, because you cannot do projectors and a bunch of subgrids. Consider making a build video for it if anyone really wants that. Either doing creative or actually in survival, with some cheats, of course. I don't want to have to get all the materials, because there's some tricky parts to building this, amongst which is getting this thing on, and also building the tower. Small pistons are a pain in the butt. You basically have to enable the inertia tensor as you build. You cannot build the entire thing without enabling inertia tensor, or it will simply spaz out. I think anything more than 10 or so without inertia tensor will well, flip out and probably self-destruct. So yeah. Anyhow, throw a comment, well, regardless, of course, but especially if you would like to see a build video or something of this, because I'm not gonna do it if there is not anyone who wants to see that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see ya.